Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Patty. Just wanted to say, come on here. I had this big video planned, and then Daisy got me ticked off. So, anyways, I want to welcome all my new subscribers. Thank you. Thank you for your comments. Different ones that make comments. I appreciate you. I want to wish everyone a blessed Resurrection Day. You know, my Lord and Savior He is risen from the grave. He is no longer there. And anyways, which brings up a point to me, is that Miss Daisy, she wanted to call out people on her channel tonight. She wanted to talk about everybody else. And, you know, the only reason I went and watched her was because she had Candace on there. And the title of Miss Daisy at Crime Critters on the Farm, whatever her channel's name is, the title of her video was Candace Wells, Candace Bly. She's clearing up some rumors. And then she tags Summer Wells' name in it. So, of course, everybody's going to want to watch it, right? Because it says Summer Wells in it. But, and she accused others of doing this, but yet she does it. But anyways, her channel is monetized. Mine is not. I just want to clarify that. I do not get any money from YouTube. I do not accept any donations. I'm not into that. And to each his own. If other people want to, that's their business. But I do know that Miss Daisy has a Cash App up for Candace so that she can help her out because she's having hard times. And Miss Daisy didn't like it that a creator put out that Candace was going on vacation because they were talking about a vacation in the video. Well, big deal, Miss Daisy, big deal. Oh, wow. But she did put out some nice job references that Candace could go out and look for a job. Instead of asking creators on YouTube for money, she calls all the YouTubers haters, and she don't like none of them. And she's mad at all of them, but yet she don't mind getting money. She don't mind getting cash apps from anybody that's watching her channel or your channel right now. She did the same thing to Benny Keys and Cher and many, and even Doug and all kinds of creators. Her and Don used them for money. They got money from those creators from Cash Apps and Amazon wish lists and all kinds of gift cards and gas cards, and then they cashed them in. And that is the truth, because people were talking all about it. So, and they even confronted her on it. But the thing is that a lot of people have raised money for these two. And that's fine if that's what they want to do and they want to spend their money. But, you know, I would feel really, really horrible if I was investing money into people who may have done something terribly horrible to their daughter. They are suspects in a criminal case. I mean, Miss Daisy, you can defend and you can love and you can be kind to whoever you want. I could care less. It's none of my business if you want to do that. But I do think I can have an opinion if I want to. I mean, if Candace is coming out here in the public and saying she wants to clear up rumors, but she didn't clear up any rumors. And Doug handled himself really well. Excuse me. Doug handled himself really well. And I just thought it was really convenient how Candace lost service when Doug started asking her about the timeline. And when she comes back on, She says, 3:30. He asked her, what time did you get home, Candace? She's like, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30. She don't even know. She don't even know what time she got home. She don't even know her own timeline. They don't even know their own kids' birthdays, because many times Don has screwed it up so many times saying he knows. He didn't even know how old the boys were. He couldn't remember. He was trying to get their ages right. It's not like they have a million kids, you know. You can keep track of them. I mean, Summer was the baby and she's a little girl. Like, how do you should know that should be really special to you. And how do you not know what time you got home? You would think that day would really stand out in your mind, and all the time frames would stand out in your mind. But you know, Miss Daisy, I'm really irritated, aggravated with you, because I think you're a horrible hypocrite. You're sitting here saying that nobody can say anything mean on your channel, on your live, because it's Holy Week. But yet you and your little croonies, your little club over there, sit there and gossip or swear and talk about others and call people liars and haters. And I heard your little friends over there swearing and in the next breath saying, praise the Lord. I mean, hallelujah. I mean, come on. Come on. I don't lead a perfect life. You know, I love God. I try to follow the Lord the best that I can with His grace, with His strength. And I'm not perfect by any means at all. But I cannot stand it when people are such hypocrites. And, oh, well, you didn't correct any of those people who were talking like that on your channel, Miss Daisy. And I want you to know that 1 week isn't just holy. That is a religious thing that was passed down. You know, you can remember the Lord's days and His passion and His death and His resurrection. But I'm sorry, it's Holy Week, so we can't be mean or talk to each other. That's not being mean. And I'd like to know what your definition of mean is, Miss Daisy, because it is completely different than what mine is. Just because people want to ask Don and Candace the truth, just because people discuss that they could have did something, or they have trying to figure out timelines, trying to figure out, you know, like how long would a kidnapper have? When did they get home? You know, what was the time frame that somebody could have actually took Summer? And no. To this, I don't know who that girl was on your channel that was saying, well, what does it matter? Who cares? I mean, she says, Duck, do you think you're going to figure it out? If the TBI and the FBI already questioned Don and Candace, they haven't questioned them everything. They haven't even begun to drill them. They talked to them, yeah. They talked to them. They polygraphed them, and if they weren't suspects, they wouldn't have been polygraphed, because nobody else has that I know of. I don't even think Hunter was. I'm not even sure. Oh, yes, maybe Grandis was. But, you know, as far as I know, none of the neighbors were, nor the tree trimmers, so not everybody's a suspect in the case. So for your information, the people that are suspects and persons of interest are Don, Candace, Grandis, and Hunter. Those were the last people who seen Summer, and they're the responsible ones. And you can still get in trouble for not being responsible for your child. Why would the dispatch person say that Mom, why would Don say that Mom went on a run or on a walk? Was it a walk or a run? Why would the dispatcher get that much information confused and say that, said Mom came back and Summer was gone for about 10 minutes? Now, I really do believe that Candace was gone somewhere, and that she left her alone. I don't know how long she left her alone. Maybe she did take her in the morning. And I know she took her swimming in all these places, so blah, 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 to all you girls over there at Miss Daisy's channel. Who cares? The point is, is that Candace has a bunch of time missing in her time frame. She said she got home at 3:30, and they never called 911 until 6:30 p.m. But Don said he got home at 5:30. He can't even remember when he got home. So none of them know what their time frame is. And, here's a great point. The thing is, why would Candace run all over? I guess she drove like a bat out of hell. When Summer went missing, she was running up and down the road, she said, in the vehicle. Why would she do that? Why would you not run around your own yard? Why would you not just go to the neighbors? Why would you run all the way down to like a church and all these different places? And Light Hollow Road, Candace. Why wouldn't you just search the area that you're in? But no, that's really weird. I don't care, Miss Daisy. You can go on and on, how sweet. Oh, they're so sweet, sweet people. Yeah, they're real sweet. I heard them talking on YouTube plenty of times, talking nasty, talking filthy, horsing around, joking. Their daughter's missing. I mean, they knew right away that Summer was gone. I mean, from the first day I'll see her in the resurrection. I don't think they want us to even talk about Summer. I don't think they want anybody to talk about Summer. They just want to come on and talk about poor, pitiful me. Everybody's mean to me. Nobody likes me. Blah, 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 blah. That's all I hear is victim mentality. And if you don't like what other people got to say, Miss Daisy, you don't got to watch their channels. What are you doing watching videos of other creators if you don't like them, if you think they're liars, if you think they're haters, and then you sat there and trashed that person, talked bad about her, and said she was a sub on your channel, whatever. I thought she did a great job on that video, and I don't think she was being mean at all. Excuse me. And I don't think Doug was being mean. And, I think Doug was right. I really do, about a lot of stuff that he said tonight. But I do think it's interesting that Candace just all of a sudden lost service when Doug starts asking her that. And then she gets all upset when she's got to answer a couple questions. Doug was not even mean to her at all. And now she's upset she had to get offline, she said. I read her comment. But the only reason anybody came onto your channel to watch Miss Daisy was because you put in your title that Candace was clearing up some rumors. And she did not. She lied. She lied. The only people who said that Don and Candace passed a polygraph were Don and Candace. And they told that to the news people. Sheriff Lawson did not tell us that they passed a polygraph. And TBI takes sometimes a very long time to put together a case. And I believe what Doug said, that we're looking at a circumstantial case because they don't need a body to bring charges. Now, I'm not saying that Don and Candace are guilty. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. But I am challenging their lies. I am challenging their narrative and their timeline because people want to know where this little girl is. How long did it take for somebody to kidnap Summer? How long would it take to hide her? How far of a distance would they had to go? Some people like to do true crime, Miss Daisy, and they like to brainstorm, and people like to figure out these kind of cases. And too bad if you don't like it over there. Who cares if you don't think it makes a difference? And who cares if you think it's being mean? That's not being mean. I don't know what your definition is, but it's not mine. Because that is just asking point blank questions and trying to figure this out and to see who actually did this. And it doesn't matter if any of us solve anything. I doubt we will. That's not the point. The point is we can be of help. And we can try to find clues to send people to go look for summer wells. So, Candace, why don't you ask Candace if she didn't do nothing wrong and you think she's so sweet and so innocent and precious? Okay, I seen a different side to Candace. What about when she pulled out a gun on the CPS worker years ago? That's not a lie. That's a fact. That's in a police record. Well, what about her abusing her other children and neglecting them and losing them? Is that nothing bad? Candace is no parent of the year. Believe me. I'm sorry, Candace. You lost, 7 or 8 children now. I think you should be out of the parent pool. I don't think, and I'm not trying to be mean, but I think you should be done with parenting. And I don't think you should mess up your boy's life any more than they already are. And I think you should let them live in this beautiful place or wherever they're at with stability and not with drug addicts coming in and out of the house, not with RSOs, registered sex offenders coming in the house, and parties, and alcohol, and drug abuse, and letting your kids do whatever they want. And being intoxicated, you don't even know what's going on. Neither one, Don or Candace, know what's going on. And I'm sorry if you think that's mean, Miss Daisy, but I think you're mean by gossiping about others, calling creators haters, liars. I seem to recall you used to talk some crap about Don and Candace at the beginning. And also, you made up a lot of rumors that weren't even true, and you passed them around on the internet. So, it's like the pot calling the kettle black. You're just the biggest hypocrite ever, and you need to go look in the mirror, and you need to have a talk with Jesus and ask him about your own life, and all your little friends there too, because none of them act like Christians, none of them talk like Christians, and you can pray all you want, but that doesn't mean you're a Christian, Miss Daisy. It doesn't at all. And you can't live like hell your whole life and then act like holy for a whole week, right? You don't want anybody talking mean or talking bad right now because it's Holy Week, right? But what, they can talk like that and act crazy and do whatever they want online, and hey, you know what? That's your business. I don't watch you only if you got Candace or Don, if I need to hear something or if I have a question that I'm thinking about in the Summer Wells case. Other than that, I'm not really that interested in Don and Candace, and I'm not interested in you either. And I don't really even care what you think about me. I don't care if you talk about me, but that just proves that you're nothing but a gossiper anyways and a hypocrite. So you can stick that where the sun don't shine, because I don't really care. But, I have a right to my own opinion, what I think, what I feel. And it's none of your business if you don't like it or not. Don't watch, don't listen. Everybody has a right to talk about them. And you don't have any power or control to make anybody believe Don and Candace. You don't have any power or control to get people to love them or like them or believe them. People believe what they want. And most of the majority of people believe that Don and Candace and Grandis are guilty, that they know something, that they're suspicious. So I don't really care, if you like that or not. I do know that Don and Candace have made a lot of money off this case, off their own daughter's case. And I've never seen nothing like it in all my life. I have never seen a missing child where the parents are making bank. And they did. They had $5,000 paid for their teeth. They had supplies sent to their house. They had people donating money, gift cards, Amazon wish lists. And it really makes me mad, Candace, that you have another dog. I'm sorry. I mean, all them dogs on your property, you let them starve. You didn't give them any water. You abandoned them, and they had to be taken by the animal shelter. Shame on you, Candace, for that. And you don't deserve another dog. And I wish they'd come and take that dog, because that's terrible of you, what you did. And Don, too. Them poor dogs. Ernie went up there and he was trying to feed them, and they were starving, absolutely. And he paid all kinds of money to go run dog food up to your house, Don and Candace. I watched him go to Walmart's and spend a couple $100 on your dogs because you ignored them and you wouldn't take care of them on water and food. It's really ridiculous. And then somebody had to call the police on him because he went there to feed your dogs. And you invited him up there, and he was going to bring you pizza. And I know that because I heard you talking to him, Candace, so whatever. You can lie all you want. You know, Candace worked for the carnival. She's a carny girl. She knows how to lie. I heard her talk terrible, Miss Daisy. I've heard her talk smack. She's not no sweet and innocent, poor woman. And Don ain't none either. And they, that's really nice that they're fixing their house up. Big deal. They lost all their kids now. And they should have did that when the kids were around, right? They should have made a nice room for Summer and a safe room for Summer and those boys while they were around. It's a little too late to be doing that kind of stuff because I doubt they'll get those boys back. I really do. One of them needs to come clean and start talking pretty soon. But yeah, I wanted to tell you guys also that I heard Don say, I was looking through old videos and I heard Don say to Cher on Voices Behind the Wall, he said, Summer loved candy. And she would always run down the hill and run up to my truck and ask me, Daddy, did you bring me candy? Well, remember they told us that Summer didn't go running down that hill and she didn't leave that swing, that area, and she wouldn't do that. Oh, but boy, oh boy, she ran down that driveway all the time to meet her daddy coming home from work down the hill, he said. So, who's lying, Miss Daisy? Who's lying? No, I'm not lying. I'm telling you what Don said. So go look it up. Cher's video of him talking about the candy. I don't care who's fixing up Don and Candace's house. How nice, how Christian of you. That's great. I don't think the Lord approves of any of this behavior because we got a little girl that's missing and these parents aren't telling us everything that they know, and they got their timeline messed up and they've lied and they don't even know what's going on. But I need to show you something, Miss Daisy, and I need to remind a lot of other people who seem to think that it's no big deal. Well, I'm not going to show you, but maybe just little parts because I'm just trying to honor copyright stuff, because this is Prime News Nation's video, but I want you to hear what the FBI, a former FBI agent, said about the Summer Wells case. You need to hear this, Miss Daisy, and so do all your little pals over there because they're really misinformed. Here we go.
About Summer Wells, Jennifer.
Oops, sorry.
And her disappearance.
This
the
is
sheriff
the lady.
Says there was no reason to believe that Summer was abducted, yet they did issue an Amber Alert in her case. What does that say to you and why?
Well, it says to me that despite sort of how they're going about what they're saying, that they truly believe this small child is in danger and in imminent danger, no matter where she is. So again, that's where they have the authority to really look at this subjectively and say, in this situation, an Amber Alert should have been issued, which I completely concur with.
Well, police say there's no evidence of foul play, though. So what evidence would there be if there was a crime committed, and how can both be true? An Amber Alert, yet no evidence that something bad happened to her.
Well, the evidence that something bad happened to her does exist. First of all, she's not there anymore. She has disappeared. So that's evidence when a child completely goes away. Secondarily, and I think super important, is the fact that that home was deemed unfit for her brothers, and that those 3 children have been removed from that home. And I think this is what's going to crack the case. I truly believe that there will be charges at some point from the DCS, which is the Child Protection Services in Tennessee. And once that happens, I think it will happen against Candace and or Dawn. I think this case is really going to take a quick trajectory and people will start talking.
But is it fair to blame them without the evidence? We don't know everything. I mean, social media has gone bonkers on this couple and their parenting. They have said they didn't have anything to do with it. The police haven't named them a person of interest. They passed a polygraph. I mean, is it too soon to jump to that conclusion without the evidence?
Name a person of interest.
Well, we're not saying that they should be convicted of a crime or even charged of a crime yet. What we're saying is, or what I'm saying is, they're not being truthful. They are not coming forthright with information. I very staunchly believe that. And I also staunchly believe that the conditions they kept their children in were neglectful and possibly will prove to show child endangerment charges against those parents in the future.
How concerned are you that 5 months have gone by and we're still nowhere?
Very concerned. I'm concerned, but I do believe that they are in a full court press with this Child Protection Service investigation, DCS investigation. And I think that that's really the road that's going to lead this case to really crack right open. And I think law enforcement is waiting on the results of that investigation.
And the tough thing with an Amber Alert, Jennifer, as you know, is the public wants to help. They want a vehicle to look for, a person to look for that may have Summer. We don't have any of that. All we have is a picture of this sweet little girl's face. We know she's 5 years old, and it's been 5 months since we've seen her. And we're at a dead end at this point. Jennifer, as always, appreciate your time on this case. I know it's important to you. It's important to us. Good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you, Marnie.
Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more.
Okay. So I just want you to hear that, Miss Daisy. You really need to hear it. And you need to understand that that's what the authorities and the FBI believe, Miss Daisy and Don and Candace. They believe that you have done something, that you have some culpability in your daughter's disappearance. Whether it's neglect, that you weren't watching her, whether it's that you were gone unsupervised and put her in danger, whatever. There's so many different things that can come up and you can be charged with. And I do believe, like Doug said, that they can charge without a body. I seen it happen, and they're looking at circumstantial evidence because that is the evidence. Something is wrong. Summer Wells is missing, and she hasn't been found. And I'm sorry, but I think that Don and Candace just need to leave those boys to be with their own new families. You know, get off the parenting list there. You've already lost a lot of kids. I'm not trying to be mean, but why bring them back into a situation where there's been drugs, alcohol, registered sex offenders, oh geez, you name it. All kinds of people there. And your own domestic abuse and violence in the house. And, you know, I'm sorry, Miss Daisy, I don't know how you condone all that stuff and then you want to cut other people down. Like, I don't really care if you defend Don and Candace. That's up to you. You can give them as much money as you want. You can rock them in your arms like a baby and feel sorry for them. I don't care. That's not the point, but don't tell others that they got to be their friend. I'm not looking for friends on here, and neither is Doug or any of these other channels that are talking about true crime, missing children. They're not thinking about making friends with suspects of a crime. They're not thinking about, oh, geez, I should, you know, really feel sorry for them and be their friend. No. And you shouldn't be doing that either. And you shouldn't be going real life with people. You don't even really know them. So what? You talk to her on the phone, Don and Candace. You know, why, Miss Daisy? Why do you want to do this? I want to tell you. Why you want to be in denial. Why you want to think everybody's mean for trying to get to the truth. Why, Miss Daisy, why you think that people are just terrible for talking about this. You want to know why? Because you have what's called a character defect. There's a program called Al-Anon for people who feel sorry for alcoholics and always try to bail them out and always try to fix them and think, you know, feel sorry for them and try to help them. And that is a true sickness that people have. And it really describes how you are behaving and your little friends over there, because it's not normal. I feel like you're being totally deceived, that you are blinded because you have this character defect, that you feel sorry for people, so you've put on blinders. So, I don't know, Miss Daisy, but you're like the pot calling the kettle black. You're being a hypocrite. So, you need to quit talking about other creators, and if you don't like what they're saying, don't watch them. And if you think they're being mean, well, that's your own personal problem. You can go talk to the Lord about that. And all your little friends can pray with you, so who cares? I know you girls are not very nice or vindictive. I hear you over there saying, ow. You know, I know how to dox so-and-so, and I know, you know, I got a lawyer, and I'm blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Who cares? Everybody, under the Constitution, everybody has a right to free speech. And there's nothing I said, or I don't know any creators really that are lying about Don and Candace. It's absolutely all the truth. And anything that we heard from them themselves, from their own mouths, and their own foolishness, and their own drunkenness and games that they did on live. So, I think you should have fixed up that house before Summer went missing. Okay? Too bad if you think that's mean. I don't. Candace, you can really put on a show, let me tell ya. Because I've heard you talking smack to people before and calling people filthy names. And Don talking filthy. You know, I was going to tell you guys, I was going to go look for this video. Because Don was saying the most terrible things. He was talking, I think it was to share the same conversation. He was saying just horrible things. What could have happened to his daughter, being in such a motel, being in a meth house, being hurt, being the R word, being, you know, messed with. He talks terrible about his own daughter. Why would you, you know, he's very sexual. They really I'm sorry, but he really sexualizes a lot of things, because that would not be my first instinct, you guys. Like, if my little girl was missing, my first instinct would be, did she wander off in the woods and get lost and scared and don't know how to find her way back? Or did she wander off to a neighbor's? Did she fall down somewhere and I can't see her and she's hurt? Did she wander down the road a ways? You don't instantly go to those kind of sexual things. I mean, he has a past. Don and Candace both have criminal past, Miss Daisy. Now, you can sugarcoat them all you want and feel sorry for them all you want and say everybody's mean, but I don't care. You can call me mean all you want. But you know, the Lord doesn't put up with stuff like that either. And the Lord knows the truth about Don and Candace. And he knows if they did something to their daughter. And I'd be really afraid if I was them. And what's wrong with them? You know, they want to blame YouTubers all the time, but they don't mind taking money from them. And they don't mind being on channels that support them and coddle them and say, oh, poor Don and Candace. Let's pray for you, sweetie. I love you. Oh, lovey-dovey, Candace. You're such an angel. You're so sweet. Come and rock in my arms, you precious girl. Come on. You know, that made me sick. That really makes me sick. I don't even talk to anybody like that, let alone suspects in a criminal case with a little girl missing. I need Don and Candace to come out and start telling us where Summer Wells is. Too bad if you don't like us saying things about Summer Wells. I think truly, everyone, I truly believe that Don and Candace want us to stop talking about Summer Wells. I mean, look at, right away they said, we'll see her in the resurrection. I don't think they want us to talk about her. I think they just want people to feel sorry for them and give them money and just give them love and whatever else. They coddle them. And that's all they want. They don't want to find Summer. Candace lied right there, straight-faced, right on Daisy's channel. She said, well, when Don was on YouTube all them times at first, I stayed silent because I was out looking for Summer. Oh, crap, Candace. You were in the background hollering, screaming, arguing with Don, fighting, drunk, stoned. We seen Don taking a crap on a live video. And you were sitting there out of your mind, didn't even know what was going on. You know, I don't know who you guys think you're fooling, but you're not fooling the Lord, and you're not fooling me or anybody else. So you and your, I honor the Lord, and I'm not saying you shouldn't honor Holy Week or keep your spiritual things, but, come on. And I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I grew up with a lot of Catholics, and I live in small towns, farmland, and every summer they had like a week-long fair where they would have, and all they would have there would be poker, gambling, a beer tent, and that was it. And everybody would go there every Friday night, get totally wasted, gamble, and then go to Saturday night mass, and then go back and go do the same things on Sunday too. So that's very hypocritical, and Jesus did not care for the hypocrites or the religious people of his days and the Pharisees who wanted to pretend that they're holier than everybody else and everybody's right. They're right, but you're wrong. Well, Jesus condemned those people, Miss Daisy. And when things were bad, he called out the truth. he said real mean things to the scribes and the Pharisees. He said, you brood of vipers, you hypocrites, you serpents, you unwashed tombs. That's what he said about them, because he did not like religious people at all. Excuse me. My throat's getting dry. No, he did not follow those ways, and that's why the religious leaders killed him and crucified him, because they believed that he was going against their laws of religion. They're sitting there acting like they know God and they're holy and they're worshiping God while they crucified him. So that's hypocritical, and Jesus does not go for that. And you know, if you're going to pray and talk about the Lord, don't be getting money, Miss Daisy, because the thing is, what did Jesus do when they were buying and selling and giving money? What did he say? My house is a house of prayer. You're making it a den of thieves. That is not for, if you're going to talk about religion and all that stuff, then you shouldn't be collecting money and doing all the other stuff you're doing. And I don't care. I don't care if people do drugs. I don't care if they smoke pot. I don't care if they drink, if they gamble, if they're sinners, if they swear. I don't care what you do. I'm not judging you. I'm saying quit judging others and being a hypocrite in many other ways, Miss Daisy. Talking bad about people. So anyways, you guys, I'm sorry I rambled on long enough. I already did a video, and I was so mad in it, yelling at Miss Daisy, that I had to redo it. Calm down, because it really irritates me to see this kind of crap. So, I'm sorry, Miss Daisy. I'm not going to feel sorry for Don and Candace. If you think it's mean how I talk about them or anybody else talks about them, that's your personal problem. And that's their problem, not mine. So, they're just going to have to get over it. I'm sorry. I'm not saying anything that isn't what has already been talked about from their own mouths or from witnesses. So, whatever. Anyways, everybody have a nice night, and I hope that every single one of you have a blessed time with your family during Easter for the resurrection morning, and I hope you do spend some time with the Lord, or if you don't know God, I hope you'll find him, because he loves you and he wants you to turn to him. But he does want us to change our lives. He doesn't just say, well, you can just do whatever you want, act any way you want, talk any way you want, and you're okay. No, that's not okay. Yes, Jesus helps us, and he helps us to change, and he helps us to do better. We can't do it ourselves, no. But we have to try to make an effort. And I'm sorry, those people do not. And we've seen it plain as day on video. So it's not just something we're making up, Miss Daisy, and all your little crew over there, your little club, your little gossip column over there. And you could talk smack all you want. Well, I can too. But I'm not trying to. I'm just calling you out, Miss Daisy, because it's wrong. And you're wrong. So anyways, have a good one, everyone. God bless you, and I love you. See you soon. Bye. And keep praying for Summer Moon Utah Wells. She's still missing out of Rogersville, Tennessee. She was 5 years old when she went missing. And nobody knows where she is, and her parents aren't cooperating. As far as we know, because that's what the sheriff told us. So, if you know anything, please call 1-800-TBI-FINE. Okay, good night. Bye.